And for more details, we're now joined in the studio by Shura Council member Dr. Hany الساعاتي. Hello and welcome, Dr. Saati. Can you tell us more about His Majesty the King's support to this legislative system?
Thank you, Yasmin. It's my pleasure to be here with you tonight. Back to your question. Speaking of the support of His Majesty the King, we need to, it's worth to mention the reform approach and view of His Royal Majesty the King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa on the democratic, modern, legislative, parliamentary life was initiated by His Majesty in 2002. This, in fact, followed by all authorities in Bahrain. Speaking of the executive authorities like the government cabinet and the legislative authorities, the Shura Council and the Council of Representatives. In fact, this was supported directly by His Majesty in every royal directive speeches. So that reflects how His Majesty supporting this reform approach.
Okay, and what's the cooperation between the executive and the legislative authorities?
Well, we are speaking about productive parliamentary, healthy parliamentary work needs a dialogue. Speaking of dialogue, we need to have a dialogue between the executive authority in form of the cabinet with the legislative authorities, which are the Shura Council and the Council of Representatives. So the dialogue should be between the both chambers and both the legislative authority and the government. And this is, in fact, it's happening on the ground. If you're looking into the directive and initiatives of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and the Prime Minister, on holding the regular weekly meeting with the legislative authority representative from both chambers. So that reflects the dialogue and enhances the dialogue to sort out the important issues related to citizen affairs.
Okay, and what are your expectations for the topics to be included in the next legislative term?
Yeah, so a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of decrees to be approved. A lot of some projects have been we worked on the previous 2 rounds of this 6th legislative term, and those are sent to the government to come back for review and approvals. A lot of things on table, actually.
Okay, lots of work. Anything you'd like to add before we conclude this talk?
Well, on behalf of Citizen Bahrain, I would like to encourage our people for unity of our nation, and I wish all the best for the future parliamentary work coming. We know that tomorrow we're inaugurating the 3rd round of the 6th legislative term.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
All the best to everybody. Thank you very much, Dr. Hany, member of the Shura Council. Thank you and take care.